Hello. I wanted to kind of base my presentation on we've been with Jadu for almost 10 years now. So where we're at, and also because it's formed a large chunk of my web career. So I'd like to, when I'm talking, it's from the point of view of, I suppose, web team and sort of a bit of a journey of what we've been through. So, like I said, we've been with Jadu for almost 10 years now. We were the first Scottish council to be powered by them for both our website and intranet. We're just halfway through a project to upgrade to Continuum and to responsively redesign our site. A long time ago, we started with this as our website. So 8, 9, 10 years ago when I came on board, this is what we were working with. And I don't know if you can see there, but the top left, most prominent element is to contact the web team. So we've obviously changed as time's gone on. So we've got various different sections and adverts and so on, but this is what we started with. And when I joined them, it was a complete overhaul. We were doing our intranet as well. And to this, and at the time we were groundbreaking back then. A complete change of elements, so things that we take for granted now in terms of A to Z of services. We were powered by a Google Mini search, and we were started to take online payments and applications and so on. We also adopted a thing called the Scottish Navigation List, which has been, I suppose, the structure of the website. So you can see it down towards the bottom of the screenshot there. We were also focusing on accessibility, so not just changing contrast, but how writing for web affects how users view the website. And also we managed to rocket up, I think it was Socketum, it might have been Sitemorse, the listings. We went from down in the, I think it was 60s, right up to the top when we launched. So that was back in 2008. We've had a bit of a time warp since. I went away and worked for some other organisations, and from March last year I came back. I've continued to work with Jadu by chance, I'd like to say, through the other organisations, done a lot of custom developments, was introduced to Continuum. So when I returned to East Lothian last year, they were already halfway through a Continuum project to upgrade their intranet. And at the same time of that, we had the plan to obviously upgrade our website. So if I fast forward to now, our website hasn't really changed template-wise. The content has changed in areas since this was taken in about 2012, I think. So we've had the same site for 9 years. So for me, returning, it's been a curse and a blessing in that I can see old content, but I can also see what's changed since, and it's meant I've had an idea of the site going forward. Our website has been fantastic in that we've only, to my knowledge, had one instance of downtime due to rack space, nothing else. So for 9 years, we've had the website powered and doing its job. So I've titled this "Winter is Coming" because that's when we're going to be launching our new site in the new year. We started our new website project for 5 months. It's a 5-month project. We're halfway through, so we're due to launch in February. It's more than just a rebrand and an upgrade. For myself and the rest of the web team, it's also been a total restructure of content, rewriting of content, and restructure of the site. So to start with, we produced huge reports on our categories. Sean will be wincing when he sees this because we mapped out all of our categories through the Scottish Navigation List. And the list is immense. It's full of so many categories, 9 levels deep. Too many clicks. We found, for instance, sections like housing where you had content 9 levels down and you would take several clicks to even get up to a home page. But at the moment, currently, we've got over 40,000 indexed pages through Google, which of course includes directory records and so on. But currently Mid have 11,000 and Borders have 13,000. So we've been doing a complete overhaul of our content. Another example of our content review sheets, we got all of our services who are non-technical, and the people that we needed to speak to were not web people, they weren't editors, so we produced loads of reports and got them to traffic light the reports and look at the content just simply by clicking on it. So we've now produced 40 content reports and sent them round to all of our services, and they've now completed them and are now uploading their content to the site. We've had a tremendous amount of support through the organisation. Myself and Sean have met with different groups, transformation group, heads of services, and we've been doing a lot of workshops with areas as well to help them write for web and think about their top tasks and what content should be there. We went through the design process. So we started by looking at reorganising our homepage. So the previous version you saw there was very news orientated. So we went through a complete reorder, working with Jadu on UX, also working with our graphics team to obviously brand the site, and then produce wireframes as well with Jadu. So our wireframes were akin to Highland and Mid Lothian. And then we looked at different styling options as well through the site, so different elements, content widgets and so on. And then this is our design of our site. We've kept it down to just images on home pages. We have elements like a side menu and so on. We're really happy with what we've done, and it resizes responsively as well. We've got elements there of A to Z and a side menu which we can configure within the web team. So for us, we already use Continuum internally for our intranet, but for us as a web team, upgrading to Continuum has been night and day between 1.9 and Continuum. So we're also moving to a UAT and live setup. We have this for our intranet. We'll have this for our website. Currently, we don't have that, so this will obviously enable us to do a lot more testing and deploy things, obviously, to UAT to test before putting it live. The continuous upgrades already with Jadu have helped us immensely. So from 1.9, for us as a web team, trying to manage the site, simple things like email alerts, for editors, so that they get an automatic alert when we approve or decline content is just phenomenal. We love the new reporting feature. We're already able to report on how much content has been added to our pre-production setup already. Even simple things like the user guides being available. So loads of fairly small updates are really helping Sean and I do, work with the teams and effectively carry out our jobs. We've also put some workflows in place, which was something that we never had before. I'm forever telling the team to be a sponge, but it's events like this that really help us. We're a small team. We work a lot with colleagues from Mid Lothian here. We've worked with colleagues from Highland. And as a small team, it's really important for not just networking, but developing our knowledge. It's super important. The training that we've done a lot of training with, throughout my years in Jadu, working with Jadu, we've done a lot of training, but we've trained 50 editors and champions. We've got a mixture, we're calling them champions. They're people that oversee the content. So the editors do a lot of the legwork, but the champions oversee what that content is. We get our usual queries about documents being downloads and pages being document pages, but it's really good to see non-technical people using the CMS and actually, really getting it and light bulbs going off. because vanilla templates have been in place, but our templates were just released yesterday. So we've already had emails from editors saying how fantastic it is and how they're really starting to visualise what they're working on. So this final slide is quite apt. We are sort of 13% of our way through our content at the moment. I think the approval list, when I looked at it last night, was well over 100. So, and being out of the office yesterday and today, I'm going to return to lots of approvals. We've been involved in a lot of UAT and user testing. So yesterday with Jadu, we visited local high school and did 2 sessions with them on UX and how to sort of think about your customers. And that's been really beneficial. We'll use they'll help us out with testing. We've also set up user groups as well to help us with testing too. So we've really been trying our best with what limited resource we have to try and involve customers and use that to develop the site. Going forward, we're working with other colleagues on future projects. So, for instance, as part of this project, we have search. We're also integrating with my account, which some councils here have already done, and we're learning from them. We're also going to be looking at upgrading our forums and our CRM. So we've got lots of projects that we're all involved in coming forward.